And welcome here, folks, to Saturday Action. It's DC United against the New York Red Bulls. DC to start off with the ball. Oh, and offsides. Poor mistake by DC there. New York Red Bulls with the ball now. These are the team's first games. Well, almost a penalty there, but the ref will wave it off. And DC kicks the ball out in an attempt to stop New York from getting it. And, oh, so close. DC's goalie will get it. And now DC United has the ball. A few passes here and there, all to try to trick the defense of the Red Bulls. Fortunately, it will not work. DC still retains the ball, however. And DC in the box. They're still in the box. And they back out a bit. So close, though, across here. And DC in the box again, but New York will take it out. Very close for the Red Bulls there. I hope their defense is prepared, though, because once again, DC United has the ball. Of course, it's now New York's ball because DC took it out. New York Red Bulls. Now, gonna try to make a cross and score, but oh, the goalie stops it. Very close there. Very close indeed. Red Bulls now with the ball. And, oh! Almost out of bounds! And a great save by DC United's goalie once again. So far, New York's made at least 2 shots. 3 if I'm mistaken. But no dice. Oh, a stop there by New York Red Bulls defense. And they head with the ball. Now down to the goal. And DC United will take the ball back from a horrible pass. Do not ask me what New York Red Bulls were thinking. That defensive stop does somewhat make up for it, though. Just a horrible pass. Definitely do not want to do that here in this game. Might be still early in the season, but you definitely do not want to goof off. And out of bounds, it will be New York's ball. But DC gets it back from once again a horrible pass by New York. However, New York now gets it back. And close. Across there, but now DC gets it out. Out of harm's way. And now, DC takes it out. Or gets it out. Red Bulls being a bit of a threat here. DC once again in the box. Can they make a shot? Oh. Another pass made. But no. DC could not get the job done. Red Bulls have the ball once again. However, DC reclaims it right at the last minute. But New York now with the ball again. Now in the box to try to score, but DC is there to stop it. Great defense on their part, but will they hold up? Yes. New York once again with the ball. Oh. And now DC with a breakaway here, but there is a offside call. Not something that DC intended to see or have happen. Red Bulls with the free kick. First half coming to a close. There's still some time, but we're heading to the end of it very soon. Still no score until now! DC United's goalie is on fire right now. He's made just about every stop and save there has been today, but DC needs to keep up the defense before this game turns 1-0 in a flash. Might as well add some offense to that as well. You can't score on defense. And DC with the ball. Now coming close. And New York Red Bulls get the ball out. And they get the ball. The first half coming to a close very soon. And 1 extra minute will be. I'm sure New York is okay with that. As they go in to try to shoot. And will they make it? No. DC's goalie will kick it off. And away from New York, hopefully. And that's the end of the first half. 0-0. Great defense by DC, but can they hold it off in the second half? Welcome to the second half of play here. New York Red Bulls and DC are still 0-0. And DC with the ball. DC now passes it down. And well, they get to shoot. They do, but it is not on goal, unfortunately. Still a tied game. DC United with a couple of passing tactics there. Anything to try to shake New York's defense, which has been just as strong as DC's defense. New York. Oh. Now DC with the ball. And DC almost lost it. Looks like they have now. New York with a cross to get rid of the ball. Now DC United. With the ball in their possession, gonna try to shoot, but New York's defense playing it strong and not gonna allow it. New York now with the ball. Coming close. Oh, but DC takes it back. Now DC. Close to scoring in the box. But New York takes it back. Back and forth these two teams have gone, and still yet nobody has scored. However, DC wants to change that, but New York will not allow it. However, the ball goes out of bounds and DC still will have it. The Red Bulls now could have their chance to score possibly, but DC gets it. This has been a quite boring, admittedly, game. Haven't seen any scores yet. Nor nothing but these guys trying to. But New York once again gonna stop DC's dreams of trying to score. I know it's a little early to say, but I'm starting to wonder if we're gonna go into overtime. I mean, these guys have been battling back and forth, and none of them have yet to score. However, DC now might have that shot, but out of nowhere comes New York's goalie to stop it. Great defense by both of these teams. And New York trying to score on a cross. Now, what will the Red Bulls do here? Almost lose it out of bounds. Gotta be careful when you're right next to the side. And down near the goal, they go! Oh! New York Red Bulls were so close. That was what would have been a great goal, but just did not have enough. Now substitutions for both teams to try to change things up a bit and maybe finally get a score on the goal. A score on the board. New York Red Bulls went with the ball again. Washington, D.C. Well, D.C. United. There, However, New York in the box. And they try, but no. And an offsides, actually a penalty. A penalty kick here. Oh my. This could end it. And it does. Just like with LA and FC Dallas last night. The penalty kick gets them on the board. It's been even just about all the way till that point. Red Bulls with a poor... Actually, no, excuse me. DC with a poor shot there. Not even close. Not what you want to do. Especially when you're down 1. After the whole game has been pretty much even Steven. Now Red Bull's trying to get a second one on the board. Can they do... Oh! So close. And now DC United, and there's a call here. It's going to be a free kick. And they make it! DC United ties up the game on a free kick. Was straight into the goal. Even with the wall, nothing really much could be done once it got through the goalie. And the second half has come to a close, my add. We do have overtime. I will explain it when it gets to that time, though. You never know what will happen. Somebody could pull out an unequalizer out of their hats right at the last minute. All depends. Looks like New York is trying to do that. But DC United stops. Oh no! New York has the ball again! And a bit of a fight over here for the ball. And down it goes. New York gets it. And one last attempt to try to score before the time runs out. And we're into overtime. And oh, DC's goalie stops it. And I might as well just play keep away till the time runs out. So into overtime we go. 1-1 is the score. Welcome back, folks. To start off halftime, to start off overtime, looks like we're getting a substitution. Now, here's the rules of overtime real fast. Whoever wins instead of getting 2 points, they get 3 points, and whoever loses, instead of getting 1 point, gets 2 points. The points are basically ramped up. I'm sure, however, DC or New York would like to win to get their 3 points. And if this does not work, the classic goal, we are just going to go straight into a shootout. So it's either somebody decides now or somebody decides in the shootout. Must say, considering how competitive these teams have been today, wouldn't be surprised if we would go into a shootout, but DC might change that. Or maybe not. Like a pack of wolves, New York gets on their defense. But now New York, go in for breakaway. Almost a bit. But again, DC right on them. And now New York recovers the ball. Maybe early in the season, but this is the first time you're seeing an overtime game. And New York wants to be the first to win one. Trying to outsmart the defense of the DC United. That ain't gonna work. And DC, oh! New York. So close. But DC United loses the ball. And almost! And New York stops it from going out. But now the possession is to DC United. DC looking to try to end this once and for all. It's now or never. But New York says otherwise. New York come with the ball. But DC stops it. And now DC United might have an advantage here. Will this be it? Will they make a shot? They do! And DC United takes the goal. What a score there. DC United just was at the right place at the right time, and they scored the goal right into the net. Now New York Bulls gotta think of something fast if they want to win this game. Even if they're getting 2 points out of this if they lose. Which would be a bit of advantage there for anybody else in their league. Now we go on to the second half of overtime. And starting off once again with a substitution. From both teams now. For DC to win, they gotta hold off New York. And for New York to win, they gotta score 2 goals and possibly hold off DC. And for this, either that or to at least score 1 goal and get this game into a shootout and go from there. And New York, so close! Right off the post, New York could have had this game right there. And now, oh boy, a penalty. No, actually offsides. So luckily, DC's goalie will try to get this out of here. A lot of pressure for DC. I'm sure they would love to have 3 points starting off in this season. Be first in the league. But New York says otherwise. And once again, offsides. The offsides rule is just killing New York right now. And DC United will get a free kick. And are so close to almost being out. And up goes the ball. New York in the zone to try to score. And no! DC's goalie, who's been on fire just about all day, making that stop. Which will mean a lot for these guys. And oh! And it looks like it's going to be a corner kick. And this corner kick may decide who's going to win. Or who's going to tie the game, excuse me. But DC stops it. Or so! Another corner kick. And I can understand the frustration on DC's goalie's face. A lot of pressure here. It's either go big or go home. And New York may be going home. DC gets the ball. Now New York hand up. But DC gets it and clears the ball. Great defense. And now extra time. And New York better hope to score on this extra time or else it's game over. No shootout, no nothing. They fought a long and hard battle, but it may come to the end here. And DC's gonna... Oh my... And DC United takes the win. Full time, it took a while. But it's 2-1. Oh man. Exciting game that these two have pulled out. First with New York scoring that goal. Then with DC scoring their goal. And then creating the goal that stopped, that got the game unequalized in halftime. So DC with 3, Red Bulls 2. That is it for today's game. If you're And feel free to tune into Toronto FC and Philadelphia Union's game, plus Chivas USA versus Columbus Crew, Portland Timber versus Real Salt Lake, Sounders FC versus Houston Dynamo, and New York Revolution versus Sporting Kansas. A lot going on this Saturday, so feel free to tune into any game you like, folks. This is Team Random 21 signing out.